it's a mess again. Or your inbox, you didn't respond fast enough. Or your housekeeping, you like to have it very tidy, but it's not tidy. Or your project is not finished on time, or some quarrel at your work, whatever. It is a mess. And what a lot of people are doing when there's a mess like that, they blame themselves. Oh, stupid me. And in this teaching, I'm going to tell you how to use this kind of habit for your benefit instead of blaming yourself. Hi, my name is Guido de Valk. I am a medical doctor and the founder of the School for Authenticity. And the School for Authenticity is a school where we train people to become more and more themselves. You think more themselves? What does that mean? Now, a lot of people are not really themselves. They follow much more their logic than their real heart, and they are following much more their quiet self than their authentic self. They are actually not really their true self. And how we know that, and how can you know if you also have connection with the fact that you are maybe not your true self, is that when you have negative emotions like self-judgment, you are not really your true self. And the School for Authenticity is just founded to train people to go more and more the true self. And the more you are your true self, by the way, the more and more you are also attract the nice thing in life. People always talk about the law of attraction and that you have to do things like visualization, etc. Personally, there's no proof at all, but there is a proof that when you are more and more your authentic self, that you more and more attract the things you really like to attract. And that's the real base of the law of attraction. And when you don't attract the right thing, it's because you do it yourself. That sounds a little bit annoying, but it is the way it is. And that has to do with the fact that you are having negative emotion. And this topic is about self-judgment. And that's also a negative emotion which gives you a lower resonance than you really deserve. Well, let's write it down first. So we talk about self-judgment, yeah? Self-judgment. And self-judgment is dus a negative emotion. And it is not negative because it is wrong emotion. All the emotions are very good. It's negative because it doesn't bring you to your authentic self. It even separates you from your authentic self. And when it's separated from your authentic self, you are less and less who you truly are, and you attract less and less what you like to attract in life. So it's a negative emotion, self-judgment. And I see that a lot of people, including myself in the past, that I blame myself for results that were not something I can blame myself about, because I didn't do anything wrong. And often people can do that. They blame themselves for things they are not responsible for, or they didn't do it themselves, because it can happen. You're in a meeting and something wrong happened with the project, and then you can feel, oh my God, now I make this mistake again. But it's not that you were wrong. You can blame yourself because you have a negative emotion, but it's not that you really make that mistake. And we call that virtual self-judgment, or virtual blame, or virtual guilt. Maybe write that down. It's not real guilt. Virtual. But what happened with virtual guilt is that you believe that you are guilty. And what you do when you are guilty, what you think you will do when you are guilty, you act harder and harder and harder and more to do it better the next time. But there's no reason for this guilt because you are virtual guilty. Just that self-judgment based on guilt is something which drives you apart from who you really are because it's a negative emotion. It's the choice we all make. We make a choice that we follow our negative emotion. But there is a different way. You don't have to follow that negative emotion this way. You can also look at it differently. So it is then not still a negative emotion. Let's talk now, write down guilt. Okay. It's still a negative emotion, but we're going to look at it differently. And number two, and what we do, we're going to look at it in a conscious way, in a conscious creator way. All these teachings are about conscious creation. So instead of blaming yourself, you are looking at it as a messenger. And what's this messenger is telling you? It's a messenger. And what's this messenger telling you? Right? So what's the guilt telling you? It's telling you for sure that you are not guilty because it's not you did on purpose, right? What's telling you is that you have a wrong view and that you are using your acquired self instead of your authentic self. That's all. That's why I repeat it is so simple. You use your acquired self instead of your true self. And because you use your acquired self instead of your true self, you feel this negative emotion. So it is a messenger. Or often I say it's just feedback. Just feedback, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. What you do then? You're happy. Say, oh my God, thank you, guilt, that you come to my way, because now I can work on my true self and make steps to go there. And instead of let your brain run your way, which is happening when you use guilt in number one way, you let your consciousness guide you towards your true self. And the only thing what you have to do and what you have to remember in this teaching is that it is all about realizing that when you have a negative emotion like guilt or like anger or whatever, that it is feedback, and that it's this feedback that you are not in your true self, and that you will never resonate that way, that you can attract the right things, like the law of attraction. Interesting, right? A small summary. People judge themselves often. Remember, self-judgment is a negative emotion. Remember, a negative emotion means that you are using your acquired self instead of your authentic self. That's the whole message, nothing more. And then what you can do with that knowledge, you can then try to find the real message and what you can do to become more close to your true self and attract the things you really like to attract in life. If it resonates with you, I have a very good surprise for you, because you can download for free, really you hear it, for free, ebook of the School of Authenticity. And in this ebook called Your Fear is Your Kite, you'll find 6 or 7 very easy ways to become more your true self and how to deal with fear. Because fear is actually your entrance towards your true self. Okay, thank you for your attention, and I will see you in the next teaching.